Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Disturbing video at the center of a new lawsuit filed against Detroit schools. A mother alleging her 6-year-old son with special needs was abused on a school bus.
I still don't know what was going on. If the student hadn't video recorded, I wouldn't know anything.
That Detroit mother says her son was punched, thrown, and ultimately had an adult sitting on him.
The mom claims it was the bus driver who beat her son while the attendant just stood there and watched. She says she also didn't find out about it until video turned up on social media. Our Mara McDonald is live downtown tonight. Mara, the district says it did an investigation.
Kimberly, it did, and the results are this, that DPSCD attendant staff member on that bus cleared completely. Meanwhile, the bus driver, who drives for a contractor for the school system, was fired. 6-year-old Adriel is autistic and has not been back to DPSCD since that afternoon on the bus.
This particular day, he came home. He was extremely lethargic. He didn't want his snack. He actually took a nap and slept for 4 hours, and that was unusual. He never sleeps for 4 hours. And so I could see that something was going on, but he couldn't tell me what was going on because he couldn't communicate that somebody had harmed him.
His mother only finding out something had happened when this video hit social media. You can hear Adriel screaming.
Every single mechanism designed to protect this child failed. And you know what? They are still failing.
What's not clear, according to his mother, is what precipitated all of this. The family says the boy was punched, thrown, and ultimately had an adult sitting on him. The district, for its part, says it only found out when the video hit social media, that the ensuing investigation cleared the district employee and the bus driver was fired, and that DPSCD made a recommendation to the county prosecutor's office to press charges against that driver. Quote, the parent was notified and provided an opportunity to view the video, however, did not respond to the district's messages. Oldham, for her part, says there has been no cooperation.
A bunch of runaround promises being made. The lady, the bus driver and the attendant, they have not been prosecuted yet.
Back here live, both Oldham and Reed say that there are a multitude of questions here that need to be answered, starting with why wasn't this mother alerted that something had happened on the bus? Why did neither the bus driver or the DPSCD staff member tell anybody what had happened? She had to find out by seeing this video on social media. Then you add on top of it, Adriel, they say, has some long-term effects from what happened here. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Local 4.
Yeah. All right. Mara, thanks.
So we had 50s and sunshine today, which means it must be rain and shower, tomorrow, right?
It's going to get worse. You're right. Andrew's tracking what you could see for your commute tomorrow, Andrew.
That's a pretty safe prediction given Michigan and Detroit weather this time of year. And yes, we have a few showers that are around now. Not that many. A few sprinkles and light showers closer to the Ohio border. Where we have a bigger batch of rain is actually farther to our west. And that will be moving in here as we get into tomorrow morning. You see those heavier showers farther to our west across portions of Wisconsin, just west of Chicago as well. All of this basically moving in our direction. But it has a lot of real estate to cover before it gets here. You can even see some thunderstorms here, which will remain to our south by morning. That being said, we'll see some pretty persistent rain showers develop during the morning commute. 47 right now over at the airport. Visibility is at 8 miles. It's relatively cool to mild depending on where you are. Middle and upper 40s across much of southeast Michigan. Cooler with 30s just to our north. Now, rain arrives generally after 7 o'clock. So for early risers, it'll mostly be dry. But during the heart of the morning rush hour and the end of it, it gets wetter. So that's what we need to prepare for in terms of any disruption. What about tomorrow afternoon's commute? That and your 7-day forecast in minutes.
Okay, Andrew, a Wayne County couple awakened to gunfire in the middle of the night.
Several gunshots fired at their home, and they think it's all because of the decorations in their front yard. Tim Pamplin tonight in Redford with the night cam.
We are along Beach Daily between 6 and 7 Mile Road, and there's the home in question. It has a series of high-definition cameras surrounding the home after a recent break-in. Well, what the cameras caught last night was nothing short of chilling as a vehicle approaches and a passenger starts to unload their assault rifle.
My heart was racing, I was hyperventilating, I was crying out here. It was extremely scary.
We heard 5, 6 gunshots go off.
The large caliber round sprayed indiscriminately in this neighborhood. You see right there, a bullet ricochets off the neighbor's driveway.
It was foolish, it was childish.
It's inexcusable is what it is.
Sleeping upstairs was Alicia's 5-year-old son. He knows nothing about this. The couple plan on keeping it that way. The working theory is the shooter might have been aiming for the Halloween display. The skeleton stays no matter the season. It's a neighborhood fan favorite. Redford police were quick on the scene after the couple called 911. They didn't find any bullet holes, but
They did find 6 casings out in the road at 7.62 ammo. That's AR, assault rifle ammo.
that's Donovan suggesting Alicia takes deep breaths. She's studying hyperventilating after looking at her surveillance camera video and seeing what just happened. So back out here again, this is Beach Daily in Redford, between 6 and 7 Mile Road. And the couple, well, they're upgrading their security camera system. They managed to get this freeze frame. They're being told it looks like a Ford Focus, a small silver sedan that the gunman was in. Police are asking if you know anything about this situation. Please give police a call. Fortunately, no one injured, but a wild night in Redford. That is the scene. Along Beach Daily with the night cam, Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
Well, it's all right, Tim. Hours from now, jury deliberations continue in the trial of 4 men accused of plotting to kidnap Governor Whitmer.
Today, the jury asked the judge for transcripts from the 13 days of testimony, but the judge denied that request, saying the transcripts aren't available yet and the jury should not have them. Part of the testimony the jury is considering is from the leader of the Wolverine Watchmen, Ty Garbin. Garbin pleaded guilty and testified against the other men, saying the kidnapping plot was real.
Dearborn police cracking down on loud cars after residents complain about the noise. Follows the city's latest traffic safety initiative aiming to make neighborhoods safer and a little more peaceful. Drivers who make excessive noise can expect a visit from police. If they've been revving their engines, they could face fines. Corporal Dan Bartok, Dearborn Police, said this.
We will be stopping people and writing citations for that violation. It's a civil infraction. You will get a ticket for it. And our Dearborn police officers are out there enforcing these violations along with our normal motor vehicle code violations.
It's also noting it might be a good idea for parents to talk to their children about these violations so that they can avoid fines.
Well, after years of back and forth court battles and intense debate, today the Detroit City Council finally approved the city's recreational marijuana ordinance. It was approved by an 8-to-1 vote. There will be 100 retail licenses that will be issued in phases. A lottery system will be used, but the city will reserve half the licenses for social equity applicants. A Detroit medical dispensary worker says this new ordinance is a game changer.
With us not being recreational with the city of Detroit, with how many tourists come to the city of Detroit, they just think that we're recreational because the whole state is a recreational state. So we have to turn away a lot of people over phone calls, people that walk into the store.
The ordinance takes effect immediately, but medical dispensaries still have to apply and get approved for a recreational license.
Tonight, President Biden approves a $100 million transfer of Javelin anti-armor missiles to Ukraine. The announcement comes as Ukraine's president accuses Russia of committing the most terrible war crime since World War II. He spoke to the United Nations today, pressing for Russia to be removed from the UN Security Council. Ukraine says 300 people were tortured and killed by Russian forces in the city of Bucha.
They are deliberately blocking city, creating mass starvation. They deliberately shoot columns of civilians on the road trying to escape from the territory of hostilities. They even deliberately blow up shelters where civilians hide from airstrikes.
Tomorrow, the U.S. and its allies are expected to announce yet another round of new sanctions against Russia.
An investigation underway in northern Oakland County after deputies discover a man was living with a body in a home for the past month. Deputies were called to a home to do a welfare check early this morning in Independence Township. They were greeted by a man who told them the 76-year-old homeowner was in a bedroom sleeping. Deputies entered that home and found the elderly man dead in a bathroom. That's when the other man told deputies the homeowner had been dead for about 1 month. An autopsy has been scheduled to determine the exact cause of death. The man who answered the door was also taken in for questioning. Right now, a manhunt is underway downriver for a bank robber.
This is the man police say robbed the First Merchants Bank on Telegraph this afternoon in Flat Rock, leading to some Flat Rock schools to briefly go on lockdown. Police say the man walked in around 1:30 with a note implying he had a weapon. Police say they were on the scene within a minute of the 911 call, but they weren't able to track him down. He's believed to be around 20 years of age and about 6 feet tall.
Still ahead, it's been more than 30 years since he terrorized motel clerks.
The technology that investigators used to finally identify the so-called I-65 killer.
And a couple's night out suddenly turns into a nightmare. The video showing the moment a car comes crashing into a packed restaurant.
But first, the Macomb County family worried they could lose their home.
We spent a lot of money. We just bought a brand new furnace last year for $7,000.
The road construction project that could force them out and how the township is responding next.